Hello! Welcome to the AstroPub. Give me a moment. All right. My name is Paul, Berserker01, Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here at the AstroPub, your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you. And today, ladies, gentlemen, NBs, and more, we have the Redeemer. And it hopes to raise money for charity. So please do ! Charity in chat into chat. Hey, P-Head Wignut, how you doing? We raised $1,550. Our final goal, I think, will be $1,800. If we reach $1,800, we'll do a giveaway. We'll start with a small giveaway right now. I will give away a Star Kitten kit. So if you're on Twitch, you'll just say !ticket space 1. I'm going to swap out. All right. Is this the one? No. I mean, it is, but it's not the right one. I'll do the armored flight suit. So at least I have a backpack. Or I have some storage capabilities there.
Drinks all around.
Let's party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. Come on and put your lips together. Blow the candle out. Party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. I wanna make you feel special. Put your name in lights. We are gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday. Blow the candle out.
Nomads just got a sub from Chibi Pilot. Chibi Pilot gifted a tier 1 sub to Nomads.
Chibi Pilot, thank you so much for giving that sub. You're very important. Papa Brand Press, but rain for that. You rock. Shots to cheers in chat. Y'all shots to cheers. Would you have CIG rework the Redeemer? And if so, what would you have changed? I mean, right off the bat, they need to make the frickin' on a scale of 1 to 10, how smooth is Star Citizen right now? Overall, not smooth at all. In terms of Star Citizen smooth, about a 5 or a 6. Because you always got to put it on a sliding scale, because Star Citizen is always bumpier than other games. If you're looking at the average, 2, 3, maybe. But if you're looking at Star Citizen as a game, compared to other Star Citizen patches, stuff like that. Throw this bad boy on. Do I have another helmet like that? I do. Oh, I have that. Then I should have the undersuit too. It's called Tailwind Domino. Oh, Dominion. Ah, I do have it. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. I got utility. So let's talk a little bit about goes there. And then for go here, then for go sidearms, very top, right? There it is. There we go. So how would I change the Redeemer? The big thing is, and we'll go through this real quickly. The original concept had this as a cargo grid. And I think removing this gun that nobody uses would be fine to replace it with a cargo grid here. To give it a little bit more utility. Because it is supposed to be a dropship gunship hybrid. The other thing is that down here should be the module. This should be the module. So this should be not a module. This shouldn't be the module. The module should be upstairs. This should be upstairs. This should be the dropship section. So right here where we see these and this all here should be downstairs. You put some of this stuff up here because I know like you can't put everything up here, but like I don't know, make this section a like living quarters, and downstairs you have. I mean like there's things you can do. The module as it stands is wrong. Having the module at the bottom doesn't work. Just from the internals. The other thing is that I would remove one of these chairs, maybe make it like this right here, like this lower turret. Have this be a remote base, so you climb into it and you go down, and then it controls the other remotes. This should be a 2-seater ship, not a 5-seater. Because right now, the pilot only has access to 4 guns, and the top and the bottom turret should be merged into a single quad turret at the top. This top turret should be a quad turret controlled by a single gunner. So that way you have a gunner that controls 4 guns and a pilot that controls 4 guns. So you match. It's very similar to like the Paladin. Only the Paladin you only control, the gunner only like you have more ammo, more firepower than the Paladin. And the engine should have some buff. They don't have any buff whatsoever. They should have a unique buff that only they have that helps them out. Right now, the big thing is that they have insane amounts of... There we go. They have insane amounts of power. That's what makes it different, but it's not that good. Yeah, the Polaris should have had a had some kind of briefing room, but I understand why they didn't. They just didn't have enough space without making it big. I also agree with I remember I forget who it was. I think it was either Ghost, it might have been somebody else, said that this is stupid. When you boost forward, those things go open. What they should do is they should close. So those engines should close because the idea is that you're now forcing all of these engine things right there into the back engine, so you're like overpowering it. Hey, Wom, thank you. What's I don't see you sent me. Oh, you sent me a DM through YouTube or Twitch. I can if you want to, Wom. That's fine. I'll just cancel it. Right now, we're giving away a Star Kitten kit. So that's the mask and the gun. So if you want a P4 AR rifle and a balaclava with kitten whiskers on it, a pink balaclava with kitten whiskers on it, that'll probably be a good choice there. Contracts. Let's go for mercenary. Trying to figure out how big. Oh no, 32 card. No. Bup. I don't need no stinking wingman.
You can take away my spaceship.
If this ship dies, it dies.
Space
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
Aimless just resubscribed for 50 months, redeeming quality.
Thank you so much for that. Was it 15 months? You're very important, Papa Ram Press, Mr. Rain Pedestrian. You rock, toss, cheers, and chat, y'all. Shout and cheers. You didn't make us feel that you are loving the ship to be successful. Fuck you. I hate this ship with fiery passion, okay? The Redeemer needs a Star Kitten livery. Every ship needs a Star Kitten livery. I'm doing this because I need to raise money for my fellow teachers, so please help me out. We are what? Like $250 away from our goal? Every bit counts. Fuck off. Like, I know a lot of people are like, but it's a good ship. I'm like, it's not a good ship long term. It is a very cobbled together piece of shit. basically all of its original role was completely supplanted by the Paladin, because the Paladin was designed specifically to replace this, and by the Valkyrie, which was designed to replace this. Every year we have more gunships and more, like, what's better, a 2-man Redeemer or a 2-man Percy? The Percy's gonna win every time. It's just better. Plus it has PDCs. 1-man Redeemer? Why would you need a 1-man Redeemer? All it's got going for it is, like, what are these? Size 4s? It's not even size 4s. That's size 3s, I think? 2 size 3s and 2 size 4s on the damn thing? Like, that's the firepower, the collective firepower of a gladiator. And the gladiator can carry torpedoes. Pretty much every ship the same size or role as the Redeemer has got a better version of it. Every year we move closer to the Call of Starkov. Notice they aren't doubling up on cargo ships, PvP citizen. I mean, if this was all designed to move towards PvP, then CIG's pretty shit at the job, because they've not been doing anything that's PvP. The answer is that the combat ships are simple to make and they have extensive experience making them. They've done a lot of cargo ships. I mean, you've got the most recent ship they released. Oh, I guess the most recent ship was the Basher, but before that was a cargo ship. They released the Ironclad, which is a sort of a hybrid combat, non-combat, but like there's 2 different versions of it. The Hull B has been released recently. Like, yeah, Raylan, Ironclad. Like, recently, yeah, and Hermes was the beginning of the year. Recently, they've had a couple of combat ships. Like, they had the M80, they had the Basher, and the Stingray is going to come out soon. What else came out during Defense Con? Was there another Drake ship? Oh, the Tiburon. Yeah, and the Tiburon. But they also had the Starlighter. What is it called? The Misk fuel ship, and the Pitbull. Yeah. So they had 2 industrial and 2 combat ships. Starlight. Thank you. They've been pretty even. I think we're going to end up with the end of the year with about 12 industrial/cargo ships and 12 combat ships. So, Paul, if the Percy is so much better than the Redeemer, why doesn't it have a Whitley's Guide? I don't know what you're talking about, Bast, because it does actually have a Whitley's Guide. The Redeemer doesn't have a Whitley's Guide. It does have a video. So disorienting. Wait, does it have... No, it doesn't even have... Oh, fuck you. It doesn't even have... Okay, there you go. The fuck are you? Oh, Zeus. Gotta kill the Zeus? Okay. I mean... That's not gonna be hard. Oh, missile's empty. Okay. Fine. Renee Balboa. I will end the Balboa line here. Sorry, Rock. This is the slowest turning fight I've ever done. Welcome everyone from Local Stream. My name is Paul Berserker01, Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here at the AstroPub, your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you. We are doing raising money for charity, specifically to help teachers get supplies for the school year. In America, it costs about $800 to $900 average per teacher per year for teachers to of their own money to get supplies for their students. More for newer teachers especially. So I'm helping out at a charity called Adopt a Classroom, which helps pair teachers up with donations to get them money so that they can buy supplies for the classroom. So how about that? We've raised already over $1,000. The original goal was to basically get one classroom. So now the stretch goal is to get 1,800. We're doing a giveaway right now. Yes, and to help the teachers, I am in fact flying this thing. This abomination upon God. All right, I'm going to continue to make fun of this. Why are there two seats here, and why is there a random seat in the gun in the back? This thing shouldn't exist. That gun should be removed. There's no reason to do that. Take this bottom thing off and put it on the top, so you have a quad for guns and make them remote. This is just bad design all around. Do you know Logan has fallen in love with the Redeemer? I question his romantic decisions, but okay, that's fine. I'm not going to I'm not going to kink shame anybody. I mean, I'm a Drake fan, so I enjoy trash. Gun in the back and take out the rest before lowering the ramp. There's no point to it. Because it's a waste of gun. Like, who's going to use that damn thing? If you wanted something in the back to do that, what you should have is a deployable gun on the ramp and make the ramp bigger. But this has probably got a better use case as a stealth dropship than it does as an actual dropship. Its main role should be to deploy small numbers of troops like special forces units and deploy and recover them, and do so in a stealthier manner. Kind of like I've always seen that the best role for this thing would be sort of like a human prowler, but with more guns to it. So it's still some stealth, but mostly gun. Yeah, but you have to do a huge one. What's that for that $50?
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never, ever,
Ever.
take away my space game.
Velvet Wolf has subscribed.
Thank you so much for that subscription there. Who was that? Velvet Wolf, you're a very important pupper, very impressed by surveying pedestrian. Business, your father, if you can, I trust you and chat, y'all trust yours. Redeemer is beautiful. I mean, no, it is. This is ugly as shit. All right. Those. I am going to kink shame those engines, mostly because if those engines were big and weird and they actually did something, I'd be like, all right, you know what? It's weird, but it does something. But they don't do shit. Help by blending your foes. Like the way that I've always seen, the way I think that the best space for this ship to fall into is support for a Valkyrie. Like this thing should be helping Valkyries and Asgards land troops and equipment onto the ground. And then also as a secondary purpose of dropping off like special forces teams. So it is a gunship designed for ground support, not necessarily air superiority. And that's where the Paladin comes in. The Paladin is more for air superiority and for like escorts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's clear that the studio didn't want this when it came out, but the community did. I mean, to be fair, CIG's right. This thing is really difficult to justify. That's not impossible to justify, but the CIG just doesn't give a shit enough to justify it. What's on the agenda right now? I'm just going to be playing around in the Redeemer. Since the Redeemer is best for combat, I'm just going to be doing some combat missions. Check my reputation. Some decent stuff there. Red Wind Line Haul, I'm doing pretty well. Cuban, I'm doing okay. Intersect, I needed to get up a little bit higher. I'm at a junior. I need to get that up to a little bit higher. You get a huge dono? I didn't see that. $250. Holy shit. So let's finish this giveaway and give away a starter pack. Hold on. So Flying the Redeemer is Redeemer the new style of gameplay CIG monthly letter spoke of. Oh, yes. Something went wrong. Thank you to Trash Bandicoot for $250. Did you do it earlier? Didn't. It's awesome. Yeah, so we're now at $1,850. We basically funded 2 separate classrooms for the year. So thank you for that. Do. All right. We will do a Foundation Festival Aurora Mark II. We'll give that away. All right, we're going to close this giveaway. And the winner is... Oops. Shoot. I hit the wrong button. Let's try that one more time. Hold on. Sorry about that, chat. All right, we'll do the Star Kit and Kit 1. We'll give it like an hour, and then we'll do the next giveaway. My bad. Wrong button, you're a winner. Yes. I'm going to be going for another at least 2 hours, I think, so. I'm just trying to be efficient. I hate this thing. The smallest tweak? I mean, the smallest tweak that didn't require complete rework would be to remove the back gun, remove the bottom gun, and make the top gun, even if it's manned, give it 4 size 3s, I guess, or whatever sizes there are. I think its bottom one is size 5, and top one's size 3, right? Or size 4. Maybe 4 size 4s. I don't remember what it is. Make it a 2-player ship. A 2-person ship to combat. It's still going to be weaker than the... I think it might be slightly weaker or slightly stronger than the Paladin, but they'll put it within the Paladin's range of crew. Man-turrets are size 4s, yeah. A quad size 4 turret, so give it basically a hammerhead turret on the top. That would be the easiest fix. If you don't want the Redeemer, I'll take it. Upgrade to Tilu, and that option's available. I literally cannot give that to you. This is a unmeltable, unupgradable, ungiftable Redeemer. It is an LTI Redeemer that I literally cannot touch. CIG gave it to me as a joke. Let me show you what this package's name is. I only have 3 packages. It's one of them. Yeah, thank you, Sea Daddy. I am not joking. It is. They called it Paul's very most favorite ship. It has lifetime insurance. It's a Redeemer, and it's a game package. I literally cannot touch it. There's nothing I can do. With this one that I just got for me to give away, has all these different things to it. In gift, I can exchange it. Cannot touch this. I could literally sell every single thing in my account, and this thing would still be there. CIG did the same thing. To Loken. Or I should say, Sea Daddy did the same thing to Loken.
You can take away my spaceship.
It's LTI. I literally can't get rid of
My
it.
space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
Ailsong1212 just resubscribed for 7 months. Well played, CIG, well played.
Thank you so much for that 7 months. You're very important for preparing for Mr. Rainy Pedestrian. You rock, trust and choose, and chat. Y'all trust and choose. Oh. Hey, what's it going there, Edge? That's good stuff. Love the pack name. Yeah, you would, Inquisitor. You would.
Drinks all around.
Let's party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. Come on and put your lips together. Blow the candle out. Party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. I wanna make you feel real special. Put your name in lights. We are gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday. Blow the candle out.
Archangel_Shadow just got a sub from Anonymous. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Archangel_Shadowhorn.
Thank you so much for giving that sub to Archangel there, Anon. You're both very important puppers, very impressive. This is Venue Pedestrians. You rock, shots and cheers and chat. Y'all shots and cheers. Let me change my goals, because my goals keep being like auto-updating. That doesn't let me. There we go. Okay. What? Give me the ping. And I'm out. Want to stand in gateway. One ping facility. Yes. Well, we made it a 1.x. Do you think CIG will attempt to spruce up low popularity ships, or just leave them as NPC ships / set pieces? It really depends on how much money CIG has. Hey, how's it going for science? Basically, when it comes down to anything, for CIG, they need resources. They need money or personnel to do something. So, if they were to remake or spruce up some of the older ships for before 1.0 or after 1.0, it would need to be in an initiative that would be paid for ahead of time. Effectively, CIG would need to justify the cost of doing so in the first place. If they work fine for 1.0, then they work fine for 1.0. So my initial gut reaction is, nah, they'll just leave them behind. But it really depends on the goals that CIG has and what they're actually seeking to achieve. Or it's like what they're seeking to do at the end. We know from stated facts that CIG makes more money on new ships rather than updated ships. So there's less of an incentive for them to update ships. Still say they need to make modules for the Caterpillar that turn into drive sections into a big ass gun. I mean, yeah, there's things they got to do for that. One of the things that I would want them to do is to remove this pointless ass back turret and replace it with some kind of either bespoke or intentional transportation device. Turn this thing into a fucking Pelican, where it can carry like something on the back end. Like it can carry like a rover or a storm. Updating ships should be about making money, for God's sakes. It should be about making the damn game and fix old ships that aren't up to par. Red Baroque, I can understand that argument, but the counter argument is all video games are about making money. Very few video games are about the love of the art, and those games are usually very small, done by small independent creators. And sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're just okay. But all video games at this scale are about making money, because you have to still pay the employees, and those employees cost, not only does those employees cost money, but so does their health care, so does the operations that you have to pay for. Trouble is, they already took money for those ships and never provided a finished product. Cool. Then sue them. You'll lose. They're giving you a product. It's just not the product of the fully product you may have wanted, but it's a product. There's no other video game that's trying to do what CIG is trying to do, but the people are right to complain. It makes less sense to own old ships as time moves forward. No, I get it. It makes sense. And I would definitely steer away people from getting an old ship or even getting ships in general. I said for the longest time, the smartest people who are the people who got an Aurora and will come back at 1.0 and be like, hey, I can play the game now because you can earn everything in game. But the reality is that the current situation, CIG needs money, and they seem to need money, more and more money every year. Probably just rising costs. Things cost more money than they did in 2012. And they have a huge staff that they have to pay for. So they're going to prioritize that money over everything else. That's why when I hear people like, I just want them to get rid of Squadron 42 so they can focus on Star Citizen, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. After 242, the focus will go into toilet gameplay. You're not wrong. Came from YouTube's front page. What's the deal with the Redeemer? Really? I'm in YouTube's front page. Just clocking in, love the content. Thank you, Salty. So I hate the Redeemer. I hate this ship with a fiery fucking passion. These engines are unique, but they do nothing. They just increase the profile of the ship for no reason. The pilot has control of the front two guns and the wing guns, but if you have remote turrets, people enter the remote turrets, they take them away from the pilot entirely. So the pilot has a total of 4 guns, which I think 2 size 3s and 2 size 4s. And then there's like this back gun, which doesn't make any sense. It's pretty much useless. And then you have 2 players to use the man turrets, which are both size 4. So effectively, minimum to effectively use this ship requires 3 people, whereas the minimum to effectively use a paladin is 2. Its placement of its drop seats doesn't make a lot of sense. It should be flat. It should swap with the module, with the living module. There's a lot of weird things that have gone wrong with it.
Outlaws are attacking my ship!
But that has a lot more to do with the fact that it wasn't built by CIG. It was built by fans for a fan project, or for a contest, and CIG had to put it into the game. Come here. Run into the client. That's a bad move. What the fuck? Are you serious? I have not seen one of these boys before. I don't think I win this fight, honestly. Everything being equal, I don't think I win this fight. They make those things weaker. What the fuck's hitting me? Now I can take you down. I have you now.
fighters off me so I can work.
Okay, who the fuck's hitting him?
You've got to keep them off us so we can work.
Come on, blow up. You're a sausage. There we go. Oh fuck! What did you come out swinging?
Could definitely use some support about now.
Listen, I'm not going after that stupid 890. We'll go after that Delta though.
Taking heavy fire.
Should be good. Get out. Oh, you fucking kidding me. All right. There's no way I can beat this thing. It's a fucking capital ship. Well, I can get dumbfire missiles into it. Give me a moment. Let me, gotta back up a little bit. I don't think you can fire dumbfire missiles like that.
Could definitely use some support about now. I got, get out!
Fucking fuck! Really? The fuck was it gonna do with a capital ship? That's an insane jump in difficulty. Wouldn't have helped anything, I don't think. By the way, that was 90K. If you'd use gimbals, what is that? Alt-G? Wouldn't have mattered. I've never been able to take out that capital ship. Am I flying with blades? No. Anyways, I hate the Redeemer, but I am also raising money for charity. So I decided because chat, the community got me to a 48-hour live stream. I promised that while I was raising money for charity this week, I'd fly the Redeemer. Might be all G. I don't have the firepower to take out a capital ship. I'm using this is really weird. I don't like this. Use for Redeemer. Yeah, for a mission that usually only spawns like 4 ships or 5 ships, it spawned like an all distortion Scorpius, a Shiv, Delta. There's a bunch of other ships, and also a 890 jump. Like, what the shit? CIG's system's so fucking broken. See if this works. I hate it when people abandon ships on pads. Yeah, I did. Yeah, let's go to the other side. Default guns? I've got deadbolts in your Redeemer. I'm glad that you put a lipstick on a pig. I have the default guns because I don't use the Redeemer. The reason why I'm using the Redeemer is because I have to. I hate this shit with a fiery passion. I'm not going to spend money to invest in the Redeemer. All right, so we know that that shit is insane. If I wanted a gunship, I would be using the Paladin. Redeemer's more of a heavy fighter than a gunship ever since the mobility buff / guns nerf. Yeah, but it's still a shit heavy fighter. If I wanted a good heavy fighter, I'd use the M80. Don't worry, Paul's relationship with the Redeemer is going through a temporary rough time. They'll make amends eventually. Yeah, when I stop using her. Until I do it again for some stupid
All
reason.
channels! I'm under attack! Please, if you hear this, help me!
Who's the closest one? Sorry, Diane. You're the closest one. Ooh, you're a gladiator too. That's probably a good one. Go after anyways. Like this. How do you fucking fly like this? You're not a threat. Not a threat. Well, most of you aren't threats, so I'm just gonna kill you anyways. You are a threat. When did you come around?
I'm heading out.
There we go.
Take care.
I did not buy this with in-game money. So, those of you who don't know my history with the Redeemer. I get some water for a moment. I hate the Redeemer. I hated the Redeemer since it won the Best in Show contest. The Best in Show, the Next Great Starship contest. I thought it wasn't worthy. Actually, the top 2 ships I don't think were worthy. The third place ship I think was the best. So I've always hated the design and the styling. But, you know, I was like, all right, well, I'm willing to see how CIG can sort of implement this unique style into the game. And what they did was simply just not do that. They just sort of said fuck it and threw it together and then made it incredibly overpowered so that they could sell more of it. While they completely fixed all the problems with the Redeemer with another ship that they would sell for more money later. So I have always been very vocal about not liking this ship. It became a meme that because I said I hated it so much that people said, oh, Paul, it's your favorite ship. And then somebody named Fastcart said, you know, it'd be funny. Or was it Farasolt or Fastcart? I think it was Farasolt. I always get those two confused because they're both gigantic trolls and enjoy fucking with me. Said, you know, it'd be really funny if CIG gave you a Redeemer that you couldn't touch, a unupgradable, unmeltable, ungiftable Redeemer. And that joke apparently got around to CIG because at least 2 people in CIG said they were going to do that to me, and then one of them did it. So I have a game package that is just a Redeemer that is LTI, so it will never lose it. That I cannot upgrade, I cannot melt. It is simply in my game package, and I cannot do anything to it. People were like, "Oh no, that's so awful, CIG. I really hate this. This ship I actually really like." You know, as a joke. I'm like, no, I really fucking hate this ship. I fucking hate it. See what St. Tycoon's doing. People do that all the time. It's like, no, it's like, oh, it's so good. Fuck this ship. To give it to the rest, give you an example to the rest of you. Well, how would it feel if you had if they gave you an unupgradable, unmeltable, ungiftable Rock DS? You just had a Rock DS and it was just sitting there in your hangar for the rest of your life, even if you never used it. See that he bless. Control F4. All right. I'll be right back and get some water. When I get back, we'll pull this giveaway, and then we'll do another one. Thank you for gifting. No, we haven't. Goddamn. Oh. Biggest, blackest part of space I can find, you know, just as deep as possible.
Drugs.
I won't fuck it up this time. And close the giveaway. Draw a winner. Ashhole, congratulations. You win a Star Kitten kit. Ashhole, you here? I don't think Ashwell's here. No, Ashwell's not in the chat anymore. All right. All right, I'm gonna re-roll. Inlani Senka. Inali Seka. Inali Seka. Senka. Are you here? Here you go. I'm gonna send the same email that I sent last time. I should say last time, which was in 2022 was the last time you won. There we go. Finishing the giveaway. Done.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
Fat_fee just resubscribed for 2 months.
Thanks so much for that 2 months of support. You're very impressed. Very impressed. You rock. Trust and choose, Jay. Trust and choose. I just heard something weird. Let me go check something. Be right back. All right, there you go. What's your guess for 411 roadmap on Wednesday? 411 needs to have some good shit. I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I mean, because the problem is that my guess would probably be wrong. Based on what CIG has said in the past, Genesis would be one of them. And I think item system Mark 1 or like a part or
Genesis?
tier 1, like the full version of it, with suit lockers would be my guess. And of course, the depths. I think the depths will come out in 4.11, if not 4.12. Bro, what about Genesis? Well, Genesis has been rushed. It's been put into the forefront. So 4.11 is in September. It's next month. So they said they're basically done in the past and multiple like mentions of it before. Let's try this one. Probably fuck up on this one, but we'll try it. We'll do it anyways. I don't have the gas for it. Where is my gas? Where can I go for gas? Really? Am I streaming tomorrow? No, I'm not. I will be streaming next Thursday, or this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday. Are we able to earn more tickets? Just one. One each. It's the fair for everyone's taking to get one each. We're talking about Starliner or Planet or System? The System. Genesis, the System. The thing that's going to allow for Nix 1, 2, 3, and Nix 1, 2, and 3 to be created. Are you ready for back to school? I am absolutely not ready for back to school. My classroom has the AC is blowing hot, so it is constantly in 90 degrees Fahrenheit, just something like 30 something degrees Celsius, 28 degrees, 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, in my room constantly. It's only bearable because I have a fan on that's blowing behind me while I'm doing work. But I have still not set up my room because of that, because I'm not moving big, heavy furniture around and putting up posters and stuff like that while it's like 90 degrees in there. Yeah, Genesis is the new Planet Town. You thinking 4.12 then for Genesis? I'm thinking for 4.11. That's the earliest we'll see it. I'm thinking the Levski Works is not going to make it into the game this year. They already have the entryway done. It's completely modeled and in Levski right now. At least in 4.10 it's there. I think it's also in 4.9. But they have it ready to go. The question is, will Siege of Orison make it? And I think the answer is yes. And I don't think the Levski Works is going to be that much different. Listen, you got to remember that having Genesis in game doesn't really mean much. It just allows for things like Starcitect and Future. It allows for base building, but we're still probably a year away from base building. Nix means Nix 1, Genesis means Nix 1 drop, right? Yes. When does school start? So I'm back at school right now for training. But for me, class doesn't start until next Tuesday. For a lot of schools in the area, for my schools in the area, that starts on Thursday. like this Thursday. Basically, for a lot of schools in the United States, class starts somewhere between last week and next week. Because most schools end in May, sometimes at the middle of May, sometimes towards the end of May. Is there any realistic prospect that the game engine/servers will be able to handle the extra entities from base building and Maelstrom? No, which is why they have to have instancing and dynamic server meshing. Instancing is how they're going to allow for base building. Like that's just the reality of the situation. I thought CIG merged Genesis and StarCitizens together to release them together with Nyx planets. I don't know. I've not heard that. Last I heard anything, they were still separated. They were discussed as separated in official channels. But they are connected in the sense that StarCitizens is part of Genesis. Excited parent here. My kids start school tomorrow. Why you've been having to deal with them at home all summer? Or is it like your kid's finally going back to school and it's a half a time because your kid hasn't gone to school yet? It's so weird. My nephew is going to school for the first time. And then my other nephew is going to kindergarten this year. So like going to like actual school. But yeah. Time flies, man. Nope. Nope. Did not know it was going to be a hammerhead. Nope. I don't got this. I'm leaving. Fuck that. Think we're gonna get more Vanduul conflicts and lore with the Nyx planets, or just more Moraine QB Breaker Station gang / Shattered Blade? We're not gonna get much more. I don't think we're gonna get much more of the Vanduul conflicts until they complete. They release Squadron 42. And I'll say this because people freak out, but I do not believe that we're getting Squadron 42 this year. I will, because if I say we're not getting Squadron 42 this year, people are like, wait, was there an announcement? There is no announcement. It's not official yet. But there's no way we're getting Squadron 42 this year. So that means that anything that has to do with the Vanduul beyond what we have now, maybe we might have some more ships be added and stuff like that, and maybe the new ships will be ported in, the new models. But we're not going to get Vanduul ground warfare, like fights against the Vanduul or more exclusive Vanduul sort of missions, stuff like that, until after Squadron 42 is out. The graphics team also hasn't been optimizing the client side either, as they've been working on Genesis for so long. Genesis out, we'll likely see getting more client side optimization since the final graphical tech StarCitizen's using for 1.0. It's more than that. It's also lighting and stuff like that, which we haven't seen yet, or it hasn't been added yet too. Do you have a cat? I do have a cat. Why? Like a feline? Looking forward to global illumination. I haven't heard anything about global illumination, and like CIG's reporting hasn't said anything about GI other than like that they're constantly working on clouds and such. I'm sick of fighting humans. You're sick of fighting what we have for humans. CIG really needs to start making variations on armor and variations in NPC skills. They've made a little bit of it, and it's sort of there in Siege of Orison and sort of there in like strike groups. But like one of the biggest problems that we have right now is that CIG is sort of doesn't care about adding more nuance. They're focusing on gameplay over experience, which is understandable. But the fact that you're shooting that guy's cousin constantly shows you how comically small their wild lines are in terms of FPS combat and even like ship-based combat. When's the last time you heard any wild line from ship combat? I haven't heard that at all. Yeah, no, I would be with Squadron Warrior 2. I'm definitely. What they'll do is they'll make an announcement for a release next year, and then they'll do pre-sales for it, like the pre-orders for it. How many cousins are there? Is the question. There's a lot of fucking people whom like a big fucking family you're constantly fighting, or there's just that one dude. Those same dudes are being regened and being transported all over the place. The Ninetales are very cool. I wish they had unique dialogue. I understand that it's not really in the cards, but big Catholic family. Their parents have lots of siblings with lots of kids. Everyone is cousin. Yes. We saw the chair, Carnage. Usually, how most cat owners identify each other. Yeah, no, definitely. I have my littlest, my youngest cat is the one who rips the hell out of this chair. Ugh. What I need to do is put a cover over it. They're Irish. Lots of cousins. They put space whales in some propaganda 4 years ago. Still don't have space whales. They showed up in the Evocati builds of the Siege of Orison. You could see them flying around Orison. So, like, they have them modeled and in game. It's just a matter of they were just flying in circles. So we know that they are going to be added at some point. Oh, and Nyx 1 has some new creatures. We'll see. The thing about Nyx 1 is that Nyx 1 is a terraformed world, so anything that's on Nyx 1 will have to be imported into Nyx 1. It'd be cool if they drop new planet with shit we've never seen before. I mean, they'll do that. It'll be new new biomes and such. I wouldn't go as far as to say we're going to get some like brand new gameplay with it, because the reason why they're releasing Genesis is to test it to make sure it works for both A, base building, and B, future changes to other planets. All right. Woo. So, for those of you who don't know, I do stream on Mondays. This is around when I usually stream on Mondays. Is that a Carrick? God fucking damn it. Give me the beep. Give me the beep. Fuck it. Take the escorts out first. They are doing some demo. Oh, I'm just gonna fuck off first to get my shields back up. Jesus Christ. All the way up. Let's do this. Blow up already. It's a sausage. Right, boosting away, get my shields back up. Mistake. Come on. There we go. Almost all of his escorts are gone. So we can just focus on him. You the last one? All right, bud, come after me. Get nice and close. Yeah, shoot at me. Shoot at me. You know what? When did you show up? Come on. Come at me. That's right. Come for me. Straight for me. That's right. That's right. Maneuver. Maneuver like that. Come on. I'm gonna have to back away here. Yeah, backing away. She doesn't come back up, but so are mine. And he's entirely red. Come on. Come on, buddy. Shields go up, shields go up, shields go up. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, well, there goes that.
Mission complete. Burrito, I eat. There you go.
Come on. Blow up, you piece of shit. Yes! Fuck! That was not worth it. Oh. Oh. Woo. I'll go to Levski. Let's go do that. Oh, that Carrick's a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be, but like, I knew I could take it out with my current loadout. It was just a pain in the ass to get through. That's why I miss like the Gladiator. It's like the Gladiator, I would have been able to like dump all of my size 5s into it. Yeah, it doesn't fully show it, but sometimes you can change the drop down. I don't think that one's actually set up or anything like that. I'm flying a Redeemer because chat. We got to our maximum 48-hour subathon last week, and I promised that when we played Star Citizen, I would be flying in the Redeemer while we raise money for charity. And we've raised money for charity. We'll still take more donations. We're $50 away from the next goal, but we've raised almost over $1,800 for teachers. The idea is that this is for a charity called Adopt the Classroom. The whole point of the Adopt the Classroom is to give teachers in the United States money so that they can buy supplies for the classrooms. The average teacher says they spend between $800 and $900 every year of their own personal money for classrooms. Of course, younger teachers have to pay for more because they often don't have anchor charts or other things they need to decorate their classrooms. So I got paid $90K for that one, 90 something K. And this is almost certainly going to cost like 40K for all the stuff. Can't confirm this. It's sad, but the charity even has to exist, but I've seen it firsthand. Yeah. I think what I just did is a good example of why the Redeemer is sort of a problem. Because this thing should be able to do more than it currently is compared to other ships. Compared to heavy fighters, it's weak. You compare it to, and slow. You compare it to other gunships, it's weak. it's overstaffed. The reality is that Star Citizen is best played at most like 5 people, maybe 8 people total, 2 teams of 4 kind of thing. When you're dealing with ships, anything above the 4-person limit, or at least the upper limit of 8, becomes very difficult to A, crew, and B, like diminishing returns in terms of actually crewing it. Because when you're doing that sort of crew, it's not worth it. And so in this case, you could crew the Redeemer effectively at about 3 other people. But would you rather have a crew of a Redeemer with 3 people or a crew of a Perseus with 3? A 3-person crew on a Perseus is far more effective than a 3-person crew on a Redeemer. And if you want to get effectively what the Redeemer has, you can do so with the Paladin, and it only requires 2 to get effective controls. Yeah. Where's the link? !charity. We'll get you the link. We're also doing a giveaway because we reached our 2nd major goal. So, !ticket to get into that one. Big guns work. Only big guns work. Yeah. No, the big guns work, but you don't. The pilot doesn't have access to big guns. So bad it is. Both the engines are still there. That's good. NPC damage ship. Went head to head with a Carrick and a bunch of NPC escorts. So it's 2,000 credits for hydrogen. So about 3,000 credits total for fuel. That would have had paid that anyways. 7,000 credits for repair. It's about 10,000. So it's about 15,000. Not bad. I came out in the positive, but. The Carrick has a lot of HP to chew through. Yeah. And when you're having to deal with a Vanguard, a Reliant, a Gladius, and a Avenger all up your ass while you're trying to do that, and you have to take them out too while that Carrick is shooting at you. That combined firepower can do a number to your shields, even with as insane high shields as the Redeemer has. Is Cutlass still my daily driver? My daily driver is the Freelancer. My favorite ship's still the Corsair, though I don't use it nearly as much as I should. Gillies, what you're doing? I'm doing InfoSec, and then I'm also doing Eckhart every so often. Lancer's great. Lancer and the Redeemer have one thing in common, which is that they're both old ships that have decent enough function to them that they kind of exist in spite of CIG's efforts. Because like the Redeemer is tiny compared to it's the ships of its size or its class. Which is why so many people started using it for tactical strike groups, because it has 2 size 3 power plants, and you can, which means it can basically face tank the distortion, and you can do tunnel runs with it. And the Freelancer, especially the Max, has insane amounts of cargo for its size. It's a very small footprint.
All channels! I'm under attack! Please, if you hear this, help me!
I will, bud. I'm almost there. Calm your tits. Klepter, what are you doing here? Bad Klepter. Stop attacking random people in the Nick system. Oh yeah, that's right. Pay attention to me, Arrow Boy. Come here, Aurora. Come here. Look, Klepter's an actual, like, person in the Star Citizen community. He hangs out in the stream sometimes. A lot of the names that you see on like hostile NPCs are actually the names of backers and the names of CIG employees. They just do sort of like a name randomization.
Thank you. I thought we were done for.
So if you backed before a certain point, they would use your name. You could add your name to a list, and they would pull your name and then add it to the list of enemies you could fight. So Klepter, and it's spelled just like that, so I know it's probably Klepter's name been put in the hopper. Also sounds like Klepter, though, which is funny. We got about two more contracts, I think. So find a good. I want to do intersect instead. Found that one is really difficult. Is there another intersect that's not quite as hard? Mm-hmm. Wow, there's really no more intersect here, is there? I mean, there is, but... is my intersec rep? Still junior contractor. Huh. Oh, the headquarters is in Mars. Nice. That's so cool. What year do you have to get in before you added that list? It was really early on, like 2013, I think, 2014. You had to have back to a certain degree, to like a certain level. All right, we'll do this one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was originally grinding patrol missions for BPs. That SMS call made a damn, it became a damn nightmare. Yeah. Yep. You fly the Mist though. Freelancer pilots for the win, fellow user. I have a Mist too. The Mist is a surprisingly scary ship if you know how to use those torpedoes. Well, those missiles, but they're basically torpedoes. I think they're the same missiles that are on the Gladiator, though I could be wrong. Have they added your name to anything, given all the contributions and community content? Nope. They never will, either. They told me such? No, but CIG doesn't want anything to do with me, and won't have anything to do with me probably for the rest of their existence. What version of the Freelancer do you have? I have the Max and the Miss. I'm on the shit list, yeah. Because of that video about me talking with 142 devs. They removed me and will never put me back on there. They might at some point, but we'll see. Drew's pretty cool, yeah. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I hate it when the sticks kind of break. Oh man, damn, sorry to hear that. It's all right. Guardian's still the best fighter, though. Not the Kui, not the MX, just the normal Guardian. That's strange. I think most people would say the MX is better. Doesn't it have like 2 size 4s? Or 2 size 5s or something? Because the regular one has like 4 size 3s, right? Or is it 4 size 4s? Two size 5s and a bed in the bathroom. No bed? Eh. The MX has 4 size 4s. The base and the Kui have 2 size 5s. Okay. How's the Pitbull? It's good, but it's a stub ship. Kui is just the Guardian, but without a bed. It's got a quantum snare, so it prevents people from jumping out of quantum. Yeah, Cat would be a good carrier for the Pitbull.
Mayday, mayday! Outlaws are attacking my ship!
Okay, got a couple of dunces. It's mostly dunces. Okay, so this isn't going to be too bad. That works too. Yep.
I'm heading out. Take care.
The fuck, that was super easy. How the fuck can you have a ramp from an 890 fucking jump and like 8 ships to 4 starter ships? What the fuck is this? Oh shit, holy fuck, I didn't even look at this. Thank you so much for Anonymous for gifting $20 and Banesight for gifting $30. We're now at 1900. Woo! All right, let's go for one more mission. God, there's so much Eckhart stuff. All right. The only use for a bed I have currently is server hopping, which I guess is useful. It is. Isn't it C788 the new meta? More of those should be better. One I think would be the MX comes out because of that. No, yeah. So the C788 is stock. for the Redeemer, and it's pretty good. The M5A is actually pretty good as well. It's also part of that meta because it's got high alpha. So basically, the current loadout I have can take on pretty much any enemy that I want to take out, but it's also very it's also gonna take a while to take it out. The Kree also turns worse and is slower and needs to be a lot of power to make the KD work. It has no business of trying to actually use that thing. Ah, okay. So they've nerfed it since, because originally it was basically, do you want the one with the bed or not the bed? Because but the one not the bed, you get a quantum snoop. Right on, like honestly, I don't know what the use of the bed is going to be. Right now, there's not much of a use for the bed, and with 5 systems and the way that CIG is building these systems, there's almost no excuse to use the bed, except for maybe server hopping in the future. But like, you're almost certainly always going to make it back to a station or to a landing zone. We'll see if CIG implements things like costs at landing zones and stations where you actually have like to pay for landing and you have to pay for a bed, but oh, the MX doesn't have a bed. Okay. You're saying, but you said the Q also turns worse. Maybe I said something wrong. Anyways, hey, what's up at Central? How you doing? Yeah, but originally it had almost no difference between the Kui and the regular Guardian. There was no difference when it was originally released. So they've changed it to give it a reason why you choose the regular over the Kui. What are you? Okay, that's not too bad. Hit. Come here. I can do this. I can do this. He's almost down. My kids are almost down, but this guy's almost dead. Oh shit, that was a cockpit shot. I'm out. Woo! Do I have any stations I can get to that are close enough? Pyro Gateway, perfect. Yeah, I'm using the Redeemer because we raised, because we reached the 48-hour mark on the live stream last week. And I said, while I was raising money for teachers to help get teachers supplies for the new year, I would fly the Redeemer as penance. Yeah, I know, but I made this decision before because people were donating specifically for the 48 hours so they could see me fly this damn thing and hate every minute of it. I fucking hate this thing. It flies like a fucking bathtub. It has decent firepower, but there are better ships that have the same amount of firepower. I've never been cockpit shotted. I haven't been cockpit shotted in over a decade, and then this fucking ship I got hit by a goddamn bullet through the fucking glass. No, I'm completely empty. It's just soloing it. That's what I'm doing next. Well, I'm actually wrapping it up here, X. So otherwise I'd say yes. I know the turret is decent, but that's the problem, is that, like, you need 3 people to make this thing, like, good. Or you need to, like, invest heavily into, like, dead bolts and that kind of stuff. What's my favorite bit of lore that I know? I still have to look up the name of this guy, but there was this wonder kid, this wunderkind scientist, like first of his class, graduated with a PhD at the age of 20, like hot shot, everyone loved him, sort of guy. he was seen as like the next Albert Einstein, you know, the next Newton, the next Dr. Childress, you know, like he was seen as this revolutionary figure who was going to change the world as we knew, as humanity knew it, and he let that go straight to his head. So he decided that what he was going to tackle was faster than light travel. But he was also so paranoid about people stealing his technology, because he was so famous, people were going to steal his technology, that he did all of the calculations and all of the work in secret, alone. So only he was involved in everything, and he didn't have anyone check his numbers or check his work in general. You will never coming out again. Go fuck yourself. Anywho, so he hyped up that he would built a faster than light engine. And decided to invited a bunch of the press when he'd finished building it. He didn't let anyone see it until the day of, and invited a bunch of press and celebrities to come watch him launch this faster than light vehicle. The test this faster than light engine, and he made a big speech about the beginnings, like it's like the future has arrived, and then started up the engine. And the explosion was so massive that it blinded the observers. And bits of debris actually hurt. I don't think anyone died, but I think like 4 people were like critically injured in the explosion. And all that was left was bits and like tiny bits of debris of his ship, and he was gone. There was no evidence that he existed, period. I love that story. I fucking love it. It's basically a story about a guy who's super smart and super genius, and he can get anything he wanted done. And so he was so paranoid about the world that he thought he could that he could trust nobody. And then as a result, because he didn't trust anybody, his engine exploded and killed him and hurt a bunch of other people. But like, it's like the ultimate like Icarus moment. Hey, Ectoblaine. Ectoblaine. All right. Fully topped up. Helmet back on. And we'll wrap this up. Let's see if I can find that story. Now, I'd have to go digging through the stories to find that. All right, y'all. Let's wrap this up. This giveaway. Last chance. I'm gonna give you another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll shut her down. Thank you so much. We've raised $1,900 for charity, almost $2,000. That's almost double the amount that we started, the goal we started with, which is not bad. The boilers exploded, blinded a photographer, and killed 3 people. I guess that may be what CIG, because CIG usually takes actual events or history and uses them as the inspiration. That's possibly that's the inspiration. The sounds of things. All right, I have the full story. I'm going to read you the full story as we wrap up. January 14th, 2884. Russell Vallum was a wunderkind. Passing his equivalency at 12 years old, which is basically graduating high school at 12 years old, Vallum attended a handful of universities in Redder and completed a triple doctorate by the age of 24. Shortly thereafter, he received the illustrious Killian Quaestor Grant for his dissertation entitled Theoretical Applications of Antimatter Propulsion. The young Vallum believed that humanity had become complacent in their development ever since Nick Croshaw discovered the first jump point almost 700 years earlier. Quote, simply because he had found the means for us to cross space didn't mean that we had conquered the vast, terrifying distances of the universe. Unquote. Dr. Vallum said in the Science and Technology Summit of 2873, quote, jump points are an illusion of control. There is so much more out there for us to discover. Maybe an entire civilization could be closer to Earth than Croshaw's system, but we don't know. We won't know because everyone's out here looking for jump points. Dr. Vallum's passion was engines, specifically building an engine capable of traveling at speeds equal or faster than the speed of light. With that, the universe, quote, would truly be open for exploration. Gone would be the choke points of jump points, end quote. Tirelessly collecting any and all data from scientists who had attempted similar endeavors over the centuries, Dr. Vallum spent years sifting through the theorems, formulas, and schematics, convinced that somewhere in the vast troves of data lay the secret to unlocking, quote, absolute freedom, unquote. He even began to study controversial experiments in fringe technology performed during the height of the Meser era. In late 2882, Dr. Vallum resurfaced to organize a scientific symposium on some of the most celebrated scientific minds of the age. The finale of the event was advertised as a, quote, announcement that will change the direction of human expansion, unquote. An appropriate level of theatricality had been synonymous with his presentations in the past. The scientist who emerged seemed different than the focused, passionate thinker who abandoned the spotlight almost a decade earlier. This new man was wild, argumentative, and even more headstrong. Dr. Vallum believed that although the list of private investors includes several Xi'an entrepreneurs, Banu trader and Banner traders, believed that through a list of private investors, which included several Xi'an entrepreneurs and Banu traders, he had developed a prototype engine named Chariot that was capable of reaching speeds near or exceeding the speed of light. Paranoid to the extreme, the other scientists would steal his tech. He had eschewed any field testing, opting for extensive simulation and laboratory tests instead, but claiming that his science was sound. He was going to give the universe the opportunity to see the engine at work live in its first field testing shortly after the New Earth year. The scientific community and news orgs turned out in force on the 14th of January 2884 to see Dr. Russell Vallum's first attempt of the Chariot engine. He chose to stage his demonstration above Vangeli in the Croshaw system as a, quote, testament to the brilliance of Nick Croshaw as well as the condemnation of the shackles that his discovery bound onto humanity, unquote. Using the spacecraft of his own design, Dr. Vallum prepared to fire the chariot. He gave a final message to the crowd of onlookers. Quote, I leap forward to unveil the universe, unquote. Dr. Vallum then activated the chariot. The explosion nearly ruptured the observation station's hull, causing dozens of injuries to the scientists and journalists aboard. By the time everyone came to, there was only fragments of Dr. Vallum's ship that hadn't been completely incinerated. Celebrated satirist Leslie Hatwell, who was just starting his career as a journalist for the Terra Gazette, summed up the display with what would become his signature style of humor. Quote, while the scientific community and the Spectrum representatives had probably turned up expecting a failure, there was a small part in all of us that was hoping that for something monumental, he wrote of today's events. On the bright side, Dr. Vallum's engine and ship exploded faster than any ship I had seen before. The joke is in the lore, people who follow the lore, the joke is that he succeeded. That's why you don't see much of his ships. He's just stuck there wherever he went. All right. Let's close this up. Good luck to everyone who entered, and the winner is Vix the Deer. Congratulations. Are you here, Vix? I don't know if Vix is here. Vix was here earlier. They were in the chat. No, they're not here anymore. Damn. All right, another pull. Zemuj, 1984. You were here earlier. You are there. Yes. Hold on. All right, I'm going to send you a whisper on Twitch. I just need your email. And I'll send it to you ASAP. It can be your email. It can be somebody else's email. It is a starter pack with the Foundation Festival stuff. So you can at least melt it and use it for credit if you want to. You can give it to somebody else. It's entirely up to you. All right, I'll send that to that email right now. We'll call it. Make sure it's good. And it was sent. Thank you all for hanging out, and thank you so much for raising over almost $2,000 for charity with us and watching me suffer for flying that stupid fucking ship. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Please do, if you did, hit that follow button, subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll be back on Thursday, I think in the near future, probably starting in September. We're going to be moving Mondays away from Star Citizen and start doing other games with Mondays. I want to try to diversify a little bit more than just play Star Citizen, especially since there are times when Star Citizen is super laggy. But I'd also love to play with other folks as well. So if you all have a suggestion to play a game, especially if it's a game that can involve multiple people, think games like, Dark Tide. I've been wanting to play for a bit. Helldivers 2 is coming out with new stuff, all that kind of stuff. Maybe some Mech Warrior or some mech stuff. Yeah. I also want to plan on doing like a what is it? I forget the name of the company, Phantom Brigade, playthrough with y'all, that sort of thing. So definitely let me know, and I'll try to do some like indie stuff, some other stuff. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. And like I say every time, hope to see you someday in the black.